Okay, so today is the 19th of January 2019, and 19th of January in Russian culture, now not even Russian, let's call it the right name, Rus. It's the Rusichi. So Russia is another twisted word dark forces have put onto the entire country name to basically drop it down. So Rus. Yeah. So in our culture, it's the day where it is believed that the water becomes magical, and it's not so much it can be tested in a laboratory, but on a metaphysical, on an energetical and spiritual level, the water gets certain qualities that are just truly magical, that can do a lot of healing on the body. So I'm going to swim, and after that I'm going to tell you about the most amazing school I have visited recently, and had an honor to speak with the originator, Michail Shetinin. I mean, he is just so powerful. He's a wizard of high echelons. I mean, he looked at me, said a couple of words, and I had tears running down my eyes. There's such deep presence, like Paul Bragg, the guy who was fasting and doing cold swimming as well, and he died at the age of 90, possibly from a wave, but maybe not. But you know, that guy that inspired John Martini and many others. So it's that level of presence, it's that level human with a capital H. I want to jump in and let's see if I can really be nurtured and cleaned by the river, and then I can, not let's see, I know it will. So, and let me tell you about this magical school straight after. Alright. So it's not as cold as it seems, but the water is very cold. Very cold. It's coming from the Caucasus Mountains, and I'm getting an honor to go and visit Elbrus, the highest point in Europe. 5 kilometers? Yeah, so I'm gonna take some footage there. But the water is really cold, but I'm not gonna fuss about it. I'm like determined, I'm gonna swim. I have missed 3 swims in the last 3 days, but I am fasting 72 hours this evening. I haven't eaten. I'm drinking this bitter tea to get rid of parasites and my just parasites that infested in my stomach. So I really want to get rid of them. I'm getting like itchy skin because of these parasites, so I'm tired of it, and it's quite a strict diet. Yeah, so let's do it. I'm not gonna talk much, just get in, get out, get dressed, and then I'll tell you about this most amazing school. And I'm going into the water. You know, we're starting this community, and I'm going into the water to really get support from the cosmos, get the support from the land, to co-create this community so we can show the world what's the right way of doing it, because we all know what's wrong, but how do we do it right? This economically thriving, spiritually amazing community, how do we get it right? And the land's got nothing, and I'm running my first workshop, our first workshop, on the 28th of April 2019, where we're going to build an ecodome or vault. Still checking that out. So off we go. That was fantastic. Gee whiz. What a refresher. Oh, that was great, man. Wow. The power of water. It's not as bad as it seems. You get in, it's very cold, and then you obviously run back. I've got a towel that I'm standing on because the floor is like aching for the feet from past experience. But like now, which is very short, it was, a minute ago I was in the water. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling really awesome. Really awesome. Oh, yes. So good, man. So the school. So we arrived in the evening. So there's a lot of people trying to get into this Michail Shetinin because he's so busy. First of all, the school is free. Now that already tells you something. Just like all schools in Russia, they're free. But this school is a boarding school. So they feed your child, they nurture your child, they train your child, and it's all for free. Now how's that for Russian government? So we, unlike America and the Western world, come from a very different system of giving, of sharing. And it's something I've lost myself living in South Africa because, you know, we are a colony of America and England, and obviously the debt and the 25 years of repayment of the house and all that story that comes with it of chasing the dollar constantly, which I'm still kind of doing, but less and less, because I'm moving to the, being in Russia, I'm getting into the groove of the spirit of the land of giving. Just giving. Like recently, like now, just started giving the courses for all the fire victims of Californian fires, because I mean the courses are done on the internet, so you know they're not going to cost me anything to give away. And if it can help people to rebuild their homes and water ecosystems, why not? So I'm getting into the spirit of giving, but let's carry on about the school. So I arrived there and we had an amazing chat with Michail Shetinin, and then he asked me, you know, so I told him I've been trying to get into the school and they don't even charge for entrance fees. And because they don't charge for entrance fees, they can't put like a person on it, like an administrator that can, and maybe they should, and I actually want to suggest it to them, but it's their spirit of not charging for anything. And it's very strange for us Westerners to even think in that way. I mean, bond to pay, kids to feed, and here we are talking about just giving openly. I believe we need to find a balance between altruism and narcissism, where we give but there is an energy exchange. But sometimes we've got to give like not feeling the energy exchange or not thinking that it's going to come. But it will come. It always comes because the universe is balanced. The universe is balanced, 50-50, destruction, creation. And it's hard to see, especially in the world right now, that they're taking up the forests and blah blah blah. But when you give, it comes back. You'll never go hungry, let's put it this way. And your basic needs will always be met. The universe just sees that it's done. So anyway, we chatted with Michail. I had quite an emotional time there. It's like he was talking to others, but he was talking to me at the same time through energetic. Because I came out different. I stopped smoking. I stopped eating sugar, and I went on a fast. Within 24 hours, you know, all happened after that. So, yeah, something shifted. And then I told him that I've been trying to get into the school for quite some time, and he took me and another lady around. Well, not he, but he asked his ladies to take me around, and what I saw was truly phenomenal. First of all, I walk into this one space, and it's like this painted, beautiful building inside. Children painted it themselves, and you can see the picture on the banner of the email. Then I walk into the other room, I see kids in about a group of 10 with a teacher, and you can't even say who's the teacher, who's who, because in this school, it's very different methodology. And listen to this. First of all, they all get together in little groups, either 5 or 3 or you know, a certain number, and then it's a submersion learning. So they take biology and they go from the, you know, the basic stuff we learn in standard 6, or however your grade is, like the 12-year-olds, wherever you learn, up until the 18-year-old. They take the whole biology curriculum and they knock it down in 3 months. Boom. Because the children don't have this fragmentation. They look at the biology as a whole, and so the kids actually choose. Some want to start biology, some are feeling mathematics right now, some are feeling this, and they have this immersion learning. I don't know lots of details about it. You can definitely do more research, a research Tekos school, Michail Shetinin, Tekos, Anastasia school. She spoke about it in the books, and I actually went and got to meet the guy, so it was really awesome. Anyway, I walk into the other room, and then there's this massive hall, and the children are in their black clothes just doing choreography, Kazakh dance with the legs flying up and down, and a full-on perfect toot by toot. And this is 7 o'clock, 7, 8 in the evening, okay? So it's a whole different game. And it's a boarding school, about six kids per room, girls and boys separate, obviously. And it's just an amazing spirit. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to take much footage because it's a educational institution, but there is some footage already on the net, so have a look at that. I would love for my son to enter the school, I really would, but he'll need to learn Russian first. But I'd say it's the best school. I mean, kids finish entire curriculum in from the age of 11 until you finish school, so it's the entire high school. They finish it in 1 to 2 years with this immersion learning technique. And it's not just immersion learning, it's like everything they do there, like everything. Like one guy was caught stealing, they brought him in front of Michail Shetinin and said, no, this guy was stealing, you know. And he looked at him, and in front of everybody he said, this man comes from this kin, and his father and his lineage is of Kazakh family. He would never steal. And this boy's got tears because he's like, he was stealing, but now the Shetinin is standing up for him in front of everybody. The man changed like this. Within a year he will become a prefect, or however, you know, what they call it, but you know, an elder that looked after us, and all the stealing stopped in the school. So there was a transformation. Could have easily caught him, yeah, that's it, you know, get out of here, and you're banned. And then that guy would have probably turned to jail, and however that turns out. But you know what I'm saying? It's I can't explain. I mean, I just spent maybe 30 minutes with Michail Shetinin, and it transformed my life completely. So do some research on Tekos school, check it out, and I see something is running out, my memory. So I just wanted to share with you. I haven't recorded much videos lately, it just wasn't in the spirit. Being in the city is like really pushing me down, but now that I'm here in nature, I'm actually starting to open up, I'm starting to blossom like a flower petal blooming. And I really wish to share this feeling with everybody, and that's why we want to build this community with this educational center, so we can fractally spread these communities all over the planet. It's time. The time has come. We've got to do it now. We've got, some say 100, I say 100, some say 200 years left on the planet, or as a human race. That's it. We're heading for another extinction, but we're going to turn it around. We are going to turn it around. So we have no choice but to create this community and to train a lot of people on how we can, you know, live in harmony with nature and have thriving economics, thriving spiritualities, and just pumping it all the way up. Of course there'll be challenges, but let's do it in the right way. Whatever that right way, let's do it. And with that, I wish you the best. And next 19th of January, make sure you find some cold water. Have a fantastic day. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the kids build their own school. Never mind the paint their own school, they build their own school from scratch. How's that? That you don't see much in the world. At 8 o'clock in the evening, there were grinders going off, and the teacher was kids were renovating their own building. And the kids were interested in that because they built that building, so they were renovating it themselves. Now, how's that for a complete different shift in reality? Yeah, and the government was not sponsoring the school, but actually now they pulled out the funds, but now, you know, they're funding the school. Because they weren't funding it because the kids are not in a classroom. They asked the boy, what standard are you in? He's like, we don't have standards. They're just there. 1-2 years, they finished the entire curriculum of high school, you know. So that's why they stopped funding, because, well, they're not in standards, they're not in this. So now the Russian government is passing the law that the school may choose any method to teach as long as they pass the final exam. How's that? How cool is that? So we're moving on. It's awesomeness. Be well. So I'd love to invite you to our complimentary Living Eco Home webinar, where you're going to learn a few start to finish projects, such as creating of your own outdoor bathroom, as well as building a food growing machine which grows over 100 vegetables and 15 trays of microgreens with a worm tower, all utilizing your kitchen waste and your grey water. And to recycle all of your grey water so you can irrigate your food growing machine, we'll actually build a constructed wetland, all with plants and gravel, so they can take up all the muck and transform your wastewater into a usable irrigation resource. I'll also take you on a garden tour of this eco property, and you will see 13 water ecosystems working together in harmony to take my urban home completely off the water grid. And I'll share with you various ways we can find power spots and lessen the effects of electromagnetic radiation and 5G within our homes. And as a treat, I'm going to teach you all about solar passive design, how you can maximize the energy of the sun and the wind to allow your home to be heated and cooled without any fuel or air conditioning. So I look forward to be sharing with you 10 years worth of research and traveling and learning from some of the top masters around our planet.
Thank you.